Previously on Race.
Alright, brother, fire it up.
Everything is turned up to 11.
We got a hot rod, go get him.
I really want to prove that I have what it takes to move on to the next level. Car Tour's got to be where we go.
Not a surprise, Hayden Swank starting to make his way to the front.
No, this thing looks clean. I am pumped. I'm kind of at a critical point in my life where I'm like, okay, if I want to make a career out of this, this has to be the year. So I'm double majoring in marketing and advertising. A lot of that decision when I was picking my major was really motivated by what's going to help me get in the race car. You know, with this sport, it's all about the money and the business side, the relationships you make. I just wanted to know, like, we want to practice on Thursday, right? A lot of times, like, everybody talks about like that college experience or whatever, and I miss out on a lot of that, admittedly. I am working like heck to try and get you the vectors. I kind of wish I would have had a little bit more of it, but never at the expense of what I've been able to do in racing with overtime. That's always came first. That's always been a priority. I wake up bright and early. Leroy picks me up, and we're heading straight to Ace Speedway. And we're going to get some practice for round 5 of the Cars Tour.
Me and Hayden's gone on more vacations than him and his family have.
That's definitely true. Leroy has been ride or die since day one.
We're going to run it out now.
I mean, he has been there for every single one of my races. You get 2 weeks to do nothing. Leroy, where'd you go?
I guess we'll find a race somewhere to go to.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
It's just really comforting to have him there because he knows like what I need and what I want out of the car and during a race weekend more than anybody else, just because we've been doing it for so long.
What I tell you, bud, you're a man, okay? Hayden's giving me renewal. This is my dream coming true, too. Yes, sir!
Ace, I mean, this place is small, it's tight. I mean, I love short track racing, but this track is really small.
When you're good, go ahead and roll hard.
So I remember, you know, near the end of the race at Coastal, I really had to lock him up to avoid a wreck.
Oh! Big contact, turn 3! Hayden Swank also involved in that incident.
And after that, I felt something kind of off in the rear of the car. It kind of felt like something was grinding, maybe something was dragging, but, you know, they didn't find anything. So I was like, all right, you know, problem solved.
Dig hard, dig hard. Much better.
So I go out there for my final practice run of the day, and on lap 3, coming out of turn 2, bang! Like, I mean, it was loud. It felt like a gunshot went off, like, behind my head.
Bring her to me here.
I could tell there was something majorly wrong. So, unfortunately, that means that we're gonna have to miss our second day of practice. I've had good race cars. My dad and Leroy have given me some awesome cars over the years. Tech gives me awesome cars, the best that they can all the time, but like, when you see somebody pull up in a full NASCAR hauler and they've got like 10 mechanics, oh my God. Keeping the car alive is definitely a big part of this series, but that's kind of tough to do on these like close quarters tracks, and especially with the Cars Tours guys. They're not afraid to rough somebody up. If they want to take you out, they're not going to hold back. They will just dump you in front of the whole field. When I'm going into these races, I'm going into it with the mindset like, okay, I don't want to tear this car up, because if we wreck it, you know what I mean, we got to piece it back together. That costs a lot of money, and it might not all come together in time for the next race. Automotive technicians are always in high demand, not just on race day, but every day. Becoming a certified technician is one of the best ways to join an all-elite tech crew. GM dealerships offer competitive pay, mentorship, benefits, and career advancement. One way to get started is to attend a GM ASEP school. You can pursue a high-tech career path and become a certified technician in as little as 2 years. Go to bringisyourtalent.com to learn more.
The sauce good? Anything? Sauce goes hard. So I have a final on a Friday. Guess when the only Friday race on the entire Cars Tour schedule is?
So I got to introduce the fans to a very special term. And that's the term to swank yourself. It's just, Hayden, even before there were cameras, lived a sitcom type of life.
My life always feels like a sitcom because they're just perfectly scripted inconveniences. They happen all the time. The one final I have on a Friday and the one time we're racing on a Friday, it's the same Friday.
Have you talked to the professor? See, now this is where the true magic of the Hayden swanking comes in, because the answer he's about to say is no. He has not talked to the professor yet, and he's going to deal with the consequences of this somehow. What they are, I don't know, but they're going to be dramatically worse because he hasn't said anything yet.
So usually professors fall into one or two categories. Either like they get it or they don't. Big one has just been moving this final. I just really have to decide, like, you know, do I miss the test and fail the class, or do I miss the race? Thomas, thank you guys so much for working on this car this year. You know, going at it on the Cars Tour, it's been a challenge, but you guys have done an awesome job. Like, how did you even get started doing this stuff?
Oh man, I appreciate it. It's what we love to do, but I got started from my family. My parents, you know, from my mom's side, had some people that race, and we went to the track all the time as a kid, and I just, you know, was all the time running around in the pits after the races and wanted to know how to make cars go fast, and I have been fortunate too to make a career out of working on race cars. And it's really cool that your sponsor with the Bring Us Your Talent program can help get people that want to learn and work on cars, you know, how to help them learn about the technology that it takes to work on stuff in today's world.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest things these days, the advancing technology. But luckily, the GM ASEP program supports schools through the Bring Us Your Talent program. You know, they make sure that all of the future GM technicians are keeping up to date and learn how to work with advancing technology. That way they're able to advance their career in the field as the technology continues to move forward.
It's something that, you know, you definitely have to stay on top of and have to be out there every week chasing after.
You know, Mike, Thomas, and a lot of guys at Tech Racing, this is their main source of income. And, you know, me being there racing the cars, that's what they're relying on. I've got people at Overtime, I've got people at GM, I've got all these people relying on me. The team brought the car back to the shop. Nothing else really to do, so it's like, I might as well make the most of the day. So everybody else is still practicing, so I'm gonna go over there and watch. Just being able to watch everybody else and see what the best guys are doing was really helpful for me, because I could kind of pick up on what was useful from the first day of practice and what I can just throw out based off of what the car was doing. It was definitely helpful to, you know, get all that information, especially because I'm really gonna have to be a quick study and get up to speed like immediately come final practice before the race on Saturday. You know, I was really looking to just, you know, go hang out with my family, with my team. We usually kind of do a big sit-down meal on Friday nights, just, you know, relax. These guys put a lot of work, a lot of hours into it, so it's always a good time, but I gotta get this test done. So, like, that's the tough thing right now is, like, you know, I'm sitting here munching on peanut butter crackers, everybody else is out having a good meal and stuff, and it's like I'm happy for them, but, like, you know, I'm still, you know, having to make sacrifices and trying to balance things out here. You know, I just got done, you know, digging 100 and 115, some odd miles an hour on a racetrack, you know, just like full adrenaline rush. Now it's like, all right, go sit down and do, you know, advertising homework for 2 hours. And it's like, it's just tough to make that switch, and especially when you have to give up something else. Like, you know, it's not that I dislike what I'm studying, but like, I don't want to be done with this. I want to put everything I have into racing all summer. Rain's in the area all day today. It's going to be really hit or miss whether we get hit with the rain, how long it's going to take the track to dry, what we're going to get in today as far as practice and qualifying goes. So we're just going to have to be ready, take what we can get. So, you know, I get in the car, go out there for my first practice session, and the car feels so much better.
See where they're at? Like, you remember, you got to get down on that apron, 2, 3, and 4.
Like, not having that huge vibration in the rear end just helps so much. Like, I mean, the car's faster, it feels more stable, and I'm able to really push it harder than I was the first day of practice. And you know, right off the bat, we're not as fast as everybody else, but we're really fast and we're not too far off of them. And I think after this second practice here, we're gonna be really fast. But it didn't happen. The bottom just fell out. I mean, it just started raining hard. We have had just the worst luck these last few days with the rear end breaking, knee getting caught in the door, rain, parts shortage, behind the scenes drama, crew member breaking his foot. Like, we have had every single conceivable thing go wrong. So I think today we're just out here looking to just stop the bleeding. Like, everybody's worked so hard, everybody's done everything right. We just need something to go our way today. So hopefully it starts looking up for us.
First of all, we don't have good news, which you've probably figured that out. It's not that we didn't try. The rain just won't leave us. We are going to cancel or postpone this event. Postpone. Make sure you understand that.
Man, I was like so excited for this race. Like, I finally felt like we had a car that was really fast off the bat. I felt like we were in a really good place for this race, and I was ready to get after it.
We will be back. We will make it up. Don't ask me when. We got to take a look at the schedule that works for everybody.
I am bummed we didn't get to race today. I was looking forward to it.
Next time on Race.
One of the contenders for Rookie of the Year, Hayden Swank.
Everybody is bringing their A game to the track every single week.
But the old Franklin Supermoto Speedway.
We're going to see a bad, fast race this afternoon.
Take the camera away, okay?
Now you see the top three right there.
They did everything they possibly could to try and take that win away.
Yo fam, overtime refuses to miss this year. The drops are non-stop, and we're just getting started. Get like me and cop all the fits. All you gotta do is click the link below, and make sure you stay looking out for all our drops.